Hey everyone, I went to hit Craigslist, and over the last couple of days scored pretty good, so I figured I'd do a little walk around and show everybody what I got and what I paid. I start outside. Yesterday on my way home I got a phone call on an ad I responded to about a week ago for a tractor for 60 bucks, and that right there is what I got. Just been sitting outside for a year and missing a battery. I already spun it over and it has spark. Nothing fancy, but it's a hydrostatic tractor. The only thing I'd say the worst part about this tractor is it's missing the battery, and the battery that it uses is a motorcycle battery, so it's a little on the pricey side. But I may try to fit a regular tractor battery in it. The front two tires were blown off the bead, and I did the old ether trick and lighten them to pop them because they were so far off I couldn't get them to seat. I should have made a video of that, but oh well. And that's what I use that lift for. Past video I did a little talk about it. Works real good. Next would probably be this is all kind of came from one place. It is a 10-horse Briggs motor off of a generator that the generator stator blew out, and it's got a long shaft on it, but I could probably work with that. It's got so much length to it, I can probably cut it down to whatever I want. The only thing, it doesn't have a key, but I can grind a keyway in that. So that's a good little motor. That was 20 bucks. And also at the same house was a Win grinder wire wheel with the backing pad. What's nice about this thing is it's got the adjustable speed on it. It crawls to I think 3,000 RPM. Not sure. Just says high-speed polisher sander, and came with a really nice wire brush on it. Again, that was 20 bucks. Like, I need another grinder, but so what. Over here, set of oxyacetylene in the cart. Both bottles are empty, but they are owned bottles. Whether the dates are good or not, I don't know. They have to get recertified. But the cart, the hose, the regulators, again, that was 20 bucks. What else we got? This is a nice one. I got a Miller MIG welder. It's like an auto. They sold them to like auto repair shops. It does say Miller on it, right there. And it's a 220 volt welder. Not all that powerful. I think it's from 1990, so it's kind of around when MIGs first started coming out. 130 amp. Came with the bottle, the regulator, an auto darkening helmet, and again a good owned bottle with the local rental welding shop rather. Sometimes it can be a pain in the ass to get them filled if it's not their stuff. Tried it out at the shop. It worked very well. The welder also came with that black cord that you see there is a like an extension cord for it. It's probably 40 feet long, a real heavy gauge. So I'm just going to make another plug to go on the end of that because it was hardwired to fit the extension cord that I use for my other welders. What I wanted to do is I have my regular MIG welder on that buggy right there, and that runs like a 10-pound spool of flux core, and it's good for all the nasty, heavy, rusty, your welding tractors and that kind of junk. But it's not very good for doing fine sheet metal like you're working on, quarter panels on a car or whatnot. So I'm going to set this one up to have regular 23 gauge wire on it with 23 thousandths wire on it with the gas, and you can go all the way down to 24 gauge, I believe, and I can just leave that welder dedicated to that. Anyway, for 150 bucks, I can't go wrong for that. The tank alone, just to buy a tank, I think is $220, and to get it filled is even more than that. Of course, my phone's gonna ring right on top of this. Fine. Yeah. John, talk to you later. Not at the same house, but a different place. Just the day before, of course, I was looking for, as I said, I wanted to set up another welder, and someone had a tank on there, and regulator and hose that they took off of their Lincoln welder that they were just going with flux core wire, never going to use again. So I grabbed that. The tank's only a year old, for 60 bucks. So now I have more than enough. There's a bottle on the back of the TIG, and now these two bottles together. So I never have to worry about running out and not having one to back up with. Plus they're different gas. That one's complete argon that I have on the TIG. These are argon, the argon mix, the O2 mix, argon. I'm having a brain fart right now. Anyway, these are the mixed bottles. This one and this one. So these two will get filled. Carbon dioxide, argon, yeah. And have them for their own spares for whatever welder runs out. Again, it came with a cheap auto darkening helmet. Next piece is this thing. It was in the same pile. It was a house that was, I guess the grandfather passed away, and he was a body man, and they're moving, so they're clearing all this stuff out. It's a frame machine. I've been trying to get a good idea how things work, but I'm not quite sure. Best of my conclusion was, of course there's no chains or anything wrapped on it. It's got a cylinder on the bottom, a air pump that turns into hydraulic. The hydraulics run a cylinder that runs a pivot, and that runs a chain, goes up to whatever height you kind of want to set at. I believe this you're supposed to anchor to the ground somewhere, and this is your pulling force that you can change any height you want to pull frames up and down. And 10,000 psi. Get the sucker on. That's releasing right now. It's actually all the way up. Haven't done anything to it, but just play with it, clean it up. I paid $100 for that, so I figure worst case scenario, if I don't do anything with it, I can make a log splitter or something out of it, or just sell it as a like a power tower frame puller. I'll just put it back on Craigslist. And flip the other way. I just run the pivot. Kind of slowly put power on a frame. I think it exerts a lot of energy too, so. But then again, if you're pulling a frame back, you would need to. And what else we got? That yellow air hose came with that also. And then one last piece. I got a hidden back here. I picked up a Springer front end. All the goodies are in a bag down here, but of course it's a little dark. It's upside down. Of course, that's where the wheel goes. And I have a VW trike. If you've seen my other videos, shortly I'll be making a video of that getting scabbed back onto the front of the trike and making it the way it's supposed to be. It actually came with a Springer front end at one time, and of course the 80s and 90s came. Everybody's fat was to cut those back off and put a Yamaha front end on it. Well, it's going back to the Springer. Well, thanks for watching. I'll make some more videos, and please subscribe. Take care.